right. Welcome to part...
3?
Oh, I was going to say 12.
Oh.
I guess it is part 3, but it's day... -10.
-10? We have 36 days left in the campaign.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's day -10 from the countdown to when it starts. So it's day 10 of the campaign, day 3 of this this playthrough, and day 36 of, well...
Of the countdown
of the
to
countdown
when it ends.
to when it ends. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey. Well, let me go grab the chat. Oh wow! Look at the thumbnail. It's like,
Hey Nova, welcome to chat.
hey.
Says yo.
Welcome.
We're back playing more Daggerfall as Ichabod from
Yes. As you can tell, this is a. I found the portrait that looked the most like the character from the comic.
Reaper. Yes. Now we look super cool.
Yes.
A little bit fat, but that's okay.
Fat. Well, I managed to change his skin to be like slightly less preposterous.
Right.
But
It's just like in proportionate with the head. It looks bigger, obviously.
Huh. Didn't expect that to happen.
Oh, so that's how they did it. Yeah.
Because it's like his chest is all bronze now that he has like a little bit of a... Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the shirt.
Oh.
It's the chest area. That's
so
why Ichabod's head disappears when he puts like on a helmet. It's because it's part of the background that they just added into the file. They're not transparent files. Although they look transparent in the icons.
Okay. So we need the Khajiit suit
Yeah, I guess so.
to make it all make sense. Yeah, so what Trish is talking about, if you put on a helmet, the helmet somehow fits on his head, right?
Mm.
Despite, I
There
didn't...
being a white block.
Yeah.
It actually looks like he can wear a helmet, though. That's
Yeah.
the fun part. It actually all works out. Hey, Jamie Rose. Hi.
Welcome. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, where I saved, it was like down here was where I wanted to go. So... Is there... some hidden secret I must... Oh, am I like not a bad enough dude to climb this wall?
Does the climbing mode just like activate as you're running into a wall?
Walking into a wall. You can't run into a wall to activate.
Sure.
I like those messages. Spider just died. So, if I use my super secret climbing scrying technique...
Spider-Man.
What am I doing here? Like, what is this quest? Oh, yeah, that's right. Kill a giant in the ruins of old Lycena's farm.
Right, the farm.
Hey, Nova, you want to see what a farmer's house looks like?
Yes, bet you weren't expecting a literal labyrinth.
Yes. Naturally, farmers typically have expansive labyrinths. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen here. Okay, yeah, I managed to not suck a dick and die. So... Oh, I forgot to go fuck around with the files so that I could use those locator things. Because I found the giant last time by peering into the abyss.
Right, by shadow dashing.
Yeah, by shadow dashing. So... Where did I... That... Yeah. Okay. So it is... Okay, so somehow that door is supposed to open. And then the giant is in that room, but I do not know how to open trapdoors. So I'm thinking...
So shadow dashing through it?
Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna use the thing where he like turns into blood and then like falls through the cracks, right? He has that power. Yeah. There was a power in 4th edition that I thought was super cool where like you could be a Gensai or a Genasi or whatever they're called. And giant roars and pain. Okay. You've slain the giant you came for. Wow, that was easy as shit. Other than finding him, of course. I guess I should take the northern red flowers.
Nice.
Yeah. There was like a sand Genasi or whatever you could be. And they had the ability to turn, as you might expect, into sand and then like fall through the cracks in like floorboards and stuff.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I think the water one had the same ability. It's a cool idea. Like, you know, you're upstairs and then they're like coming up the stairs and you like sneak away behind them.
Right.
So those messages that they say when you like enter and exit the dungeon, these are supposed to be hints as to what kind of dungeon it is. So it's like, you trip over a broken manacle. You hear a cry ring out. I heard one that was like, you hear a cry of despair, and is that smoke you see in the distance? And I was like, oh wow, like a dynamic quest? But no. No, it's Newcester is where I'm going. Newcester. Newsy. Oh. Shit ton of towns in this game. All these dots are gigantic towns.
Yeah. It's quite a good bit.
Talking shit. More random hobos think they can think they're bad.
They ain't bad.
Think you're bad,
You're
Muty?
done with them.
That was like so much fun playing through the game with you.
Think you're bad, Muty?
Yeah, on emulator we played through X-Men Legends, I want to say it was called. It was this game I had on GameCube. The Dolphin emulator worked pretty splendidly. And it was like one of those games they shit out like 1,000 of, which was like isometric angle like camera so that you could work in co-op on the same screen. Yeah. And you had like 4 abilities on each guy, right? It's the same thing they did for Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but I think earlier than that was X-Men Legends or X-Men something. And
yeah, that was super fun.
Yeah. And the riot cops, or like the mutant riot cops, the ones like for taking care of mutants, not like, you know, cave dwelling riot cops. Their dialogue thing is, "Think you're bad, mutie?" It's like I don't know, I love that line. And like we still quote it from time to time. "Think you're bad, mutie?"
Yeah.
There's also that game that I've never actually played, but I know the opening line of the game is, "Are you a bad enough dude to save the president?" It's like such a funny...
Yeah, I watched like a playthrough of that game before. It seemed kind of boring gameplay wise, but it was a very funny intro to it.
Unfortunately, apparently the line is a mistake or something.
Oh yeah?
It was like I don't know. I saw something that was like it's a translation error or something like that, which is really tragic.
Aw.
Or like it was a Japanese guy trying to make it into English, and
He succeeded.
you know, because I looked up that line. I was so curious, like who wrote it, like does it come from a movie or something, and then it was like stolen for the game, but almost new. Let's
Bad dudes versus Dragon Ninja. Ah, so you heard about our next comic, huh?
okay. So he won't repair it because it's almost new.
Alright. Well, I guess you gotta damage it up some more.
A buffoon. Hail the Giant Killer. I knew you was the right one for the job. Okay. Yep.
Well, we've done like...
Every once in a while we get an idiot like this client. Some fool left his back door open and a wild animal got in. He seems rather confused as to whether it is a bear or a tiger because he's retarded. But in either case, it wanted to eat him. We need you to go slay the animal. Your standard fee is 283 gold. Want to take it, Ichabod? Yes.
Yes, and now take the souls inside.
The Yomsley residence in Silent Rebirth of Kinnereth. I'll give you 14 days to kill it and get back to me. Okay.
Silent Rebirth of Kinnereth.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
Sounds a little demonic, but sure.
Yeah, no, it's probably fine. So I initially thought I had...
So Jamie Rose has just informed me, hey guys, still looking at the splash screen.
Oh. Yes. My bad. Anyway. Also, kind of not my bad. Kind of
I
like...
wish someone said something before.
Kind of like... I got a chat girl over here looking at the...
You've got it open too!
Yeah, but...
I'm zoomed into the actual text.
Yeah, okay.
You may enter.
Okay. You just squat in your house all day? Alright.
Everyone's always just sitting on the floor.
Oh no. Yomsey residence. If I liked Breton better... You are a Breton, you fool. After what you've done? What has Ichabod done?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Okay. Well, you won't tell me.
That's okay. Let's look for a woman and ask her.
And neg her?
Yes.
Yomsey residence. Last time I...
Yeah, there we go.
You're rude to women. If you neg women, they'll tell you.
Yeah. If it works, it works.
Yep.
Easy stuff.
That was definitely a tiger, you fool.
Yeah, right.
Who lives here? Who can't tell if that's a bear or a tiger? Of course.
Ah, a squatter.
A literal squatter. So no, but you haven't seen any of these streams so far. You want to see?
Nern roots.
What's that?
Just hanging around. Gotta pick the Nern root.
This
I'm
is...
scratching.
So before Skyrim there was Oblivion, and before Oblivion there was Morrowind, and before Morrowind on DOS, which is before Windows... Well, this game came out in 96, so this is before like Windows XP. Was this game. And Bethesda used to know how to sell religion to you.
She's see calling.
She's waving, you absolute buffoon. Her texture is like leaving behind pixels.
Yeah, a little bit.
I could always go in the files and like clean that.
Yeah,
For-
just fix it for them.
For Bethesda. Fools. But yeah, they have like, aren't these sprites just like... Are you just shaking your head at me? You're shaking your head at each other, it looks like. But yeah.
No, it says,
Church.
man, I had a minor freak out today because the time on my phone wasn't the same as the time on my oven and microwave. Fucking daylight savings. Yeah, you know, my laptop, for whatever reason, at some point became like 5 minutes ahead. And I'm just too lazy to fix it.
Classic. Not the you being lazy thing, I mean the laptop's sucking dick. Okay, so it's New Chester we're in, right? Thank God it has the find feature. By the way, later Elder Scrolls games should take note. Because this is nice.
Newcester?
So there's Worcester, which is spelled like that. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be New Chester.
Ah.
But you can say whatever you want. The British people claim that Worcester sauce is Worcester sauce, and that's because they're retarded.
Yes.
They also, like... People are like, oh, you know, in England they say football instead of soccer. They don't. They say footy. Everything has an IE at the end of it. Miserable. And everyone in London is gay.
There you have it, folks.
Very gay.
Alright.
There was this guy... Man, the least gay guy I saw. He was like tall, right? Bald.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't have a chance to have like poofy soft hair. And he's just like standing in the subway, and he's looking like he's got like a resting bitch face, you know? He's like,
he's one
he looks
of those.
he looks like angry, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. And he's got a, you know, but I'm like walking past him, right? So I'm walking around him, you know? And so I'm like seeing one side of him, and then he's like, he goes, and then he asks this woman walking by if she can help him open his Starbucks coffee.
What?
And then she does, and he's like, oh, you're such a dear, thank you so much. And he's got like all this whipped cream and stuff inside his Starbucks thing, and it's all like colorful with like syrup and stuff. And then he goes like, and drinks it, and I just get away as fast as I can. I was like, oh man, this an ounce of testosterone, but no, it's not the case. There was, yeah, it was
Slurpy, slurpy.
it was gayer than having sex with a man.
Just being around.
London was, oh yeah.
Nova says, yes, English are just gay Scots. This is common knowledge.
No, it's like specifically London has apparently just like very effeminate men, and it's like very noticeable. I think all cities tend to have pretty feminine men, but it's just like it's
more noticeable there.
Yeah, it's more pronounced in like England. Also, there's this epidemic of dudes with like tight shirts that do not work out at all.
Oh, so you're just seeing flubs.
So they're all like mostly kind of skinny, but they're all like Pillsbury Doughboys with this little like belly, and it's like, you're a disgrace to mankind. Stop it. Like, you just want to walk around and like start beating people up so they start acting tougher. It's goddamn tragedy.
Never says my best friend is actually from GLA, Greater London area.
Listen, he better get greater. Further go away. Get even greater. The larger, much greater, much grander area. Get far as far as you can. Unless you want to fuck him. Mm-hmm. Maybe if he spends a lot longer in London, you can snag one.
What they call it.
Greater London. Oh, the fucking. They call it shagging.
Yes.
From dusk till dead. Okay, well this is probably gonna be a nightmare of a quest. Let me save. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this quest? That's the slot I'll need for this one. Yeah. Yeah, from dusk till dead. What do you hang? Hope you're not afraid of the dark, Ichabod. Some necromancer is raising hordes of undead and the skeletons at the Vixley graveyard. We have a contract to end this villain's life and to stop the evil deeds. There is 3 to 1 gold in it for you. Yes. Great. Go to the Vixley graveyard after dark and slay the zombies and the skeletons in the graveyard outside until the necromancer is enraged enough to come out of... Oh my god, what an amazing quest. Oh my god, I don't have to go into a dungeon. Thank god. Thank god.
Oh man, that is the best.
Oh, incredible. Also, you want to see something fucking insane, bros? This will shock the people who have not played an Elder Scrolls game and the people, which is like everyone who couldn't see the stream because we had the splash screen up. You can climb. Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Climbing mode activated.
Woo.
Suicide mode activated.
Let me just heal real quick. Okay. Walks outside, climbs the building, jumps off the roof, breaks his legs, crawls inside, goes to sleep for an hour, runs back outside, ready to quest.
Just another day.
That's why I haven't gotten a promotion. Oh wait, no. And if you click on your quest log, it'll just like ask you if you want to teleport to the place, and it's like, fuck yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, definitely. But hey guys, rain doesn't look too bad. Eh?
Yeah. So one thing, you guys want to hear London stories about extremely gay Londoners?
I'd love to hear your London stories.
All right, so there was this guy, and he's with his girlfriend, right? And to be fair, they're French, but they were still in London, so it counts, right? They were most certainly tourists because we were in a museum, right? But I'm counting it. Okay, you guys don't want to count it. You want to keep the Londoners. You want to give them the credit, the benefit of the doubt. That's fine. But here are the facts of the story. There was a woman speaking pretty fucked up English. I would call it broken English, but it really just it feels dishonest to how bad her language was. And she was like basically saying like, let's go and fuck, right? In like whatever like colorful language she was using. Wow, so I got dicked pretty bad there. So let's look at beautifully animated fire while I use my Wolverine regeneration to recuperate.
It is a nice torch they got here.
That it is. And then the guy is busy, and the girl, I guess, is like nagging him to sex. And he's putting on concealer. Like he has a makeup thing open like that in his palm, the thing with the mirror, like
yes.
the compact or whatever it is. And he's got the sponge and he's sponging his cheeks. Mm-hmm. It's not a particular spot he's covering up. He's just like powdering his cheeks.
Sure.
And he says, "You must wait."
He says it in that accent?
Like a French accent, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what her accent was. Probably like a cave in France. I don't know. It's probably some like she's probably.
You must do it.
It's probably like a country accent in France. It's just like you only ever hear like the one like Parisian accent or whatever. Okay. Am I not regenerating?
No, I don't think you are. Unless it's really, really, really. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, no, it's really slow. Can I just lay down in the rain and sleep? Okay, I guess not. All right.
Well, that's how it goes.
Here's the plan, guys. First, we take all their stuff. Oh God. The fucking...
Kill.
Okay. E. God, so weird having to...
Ooh. Oh,
Dicks.
man.
This is the death animation, if anyone was curious.
Yeah, if you wanted to see what happens when you die.
Having a girlfriend is gay, yes. Yeah. Know what you mean? Anyway, Ah, God, all the way back here. Alright, it's fine. Let's get my stamina back. Stamina. Okay.
Stamina.
Bum, bum, bum. Stamina. Okay. Oh, I didn't get the quest yet. I remember that was before I accepted the quest, in case the quest was,
Was it done gay? Yes.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
I also... Oh, this guy's paying me more this time. $3.34.
You fucking better.
So I also saw this guy who was... Oh, it's a different cemetery. That's why I'm confused. He was going to a salon, like a men's... Oh, there was a men's only salon on the way, like... You know, like when we were going to the hotel, we'd sometimes see it. And, yeah, I thought it was odd that it was a men's only salon. Granted, I'm a man who goes to a salon, right? I got long hair,
Yeah,
and
I mean, like, it makes sense that they would specialize for just, like, cutting and shaving and men stuff. I believe it would be called a barber rather than a salon,
but they're trying to get the a certain type of clientele
right.
that sucks cock, if you know what I mean. Whoa.
Trying to get those thick-lipped boys.
Thick-lipped boys? What?
Oh, okay. Good night, Nova. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by and listening to my incredibly gay stories. Anyway, there was a guy in the salon, and like the girlfriend, I mean, I fucking assume it was a girlfriend. The girlfriend of a guy that's in the salon like goes into the salon, and then she like comes into it with like a bunch of energy, right? She's like, hi, right?
What's up?
And the guy fucking gives her this like the hand, right? Like, don't interrupt my conversation.
Oof.
And he's like he's talking like he's like a Spice Girl with or he talks like he's like on Zoe 101, and he's like one of the girls, and he's chatting with the with his like hairstylist or whatever.
Sure.
About whatever, and he like makes her wait a while, and the hairstylist isn't uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable, and I was just walking by on the street. Actually, I guess I was stopped for a while because I was waiting for the stop, the walk signal, because in London they're fucking insane.
Ooh, the necromancer. This should be exciting. Hey, look, we're being lore accurate. Ichabod's fighting undead.
You'll
Oh,
pay
wow.
with your soul. The necromancer. Okay.
Will you pay with your soul?
Somebody hit me.
Reaper Book 1 on Indiegogo right now.
You don't have to pay with your soul for the comic.
Yeah. No, not for that.
Trisha accepts dollars.
For now. That's why you gotta back the campaign first.
Yeah. Crypto and souls coming soon. Alright, let's go back to Newchester. But yeah, I don't know. When I saw that, it struck me as incredibly gay. Maybe he's just based, making that bitch wait. I don't know.
Maybe it's his sister?
No.
No?
No, she wasn't. She came into it that's like real like, hi, like yay, like kind of energy. Like I've never seen anybody's sister like, nah. But she was pretty whipped.
I guess so.
Yeah, she was like kind of an odd dynamic.
Mm.
Maybe all of the London boys are giga chads. Maybe probably the women there have no self-respect because I don't know what it was with like these London boys and like having a body made out of fucking Pillsbury dough. They would just have these shirts that fit so bad.
Mm.
They would have like their little man boobs just like poking out in their little tum-tum, and it's just like, stop it.
Not very healthy foods, I suppose.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And it wasn't like, I don't know, like I would see people like riding bikes and stuff. There's a lot more walking around the city. I don't know what it was, but they were all so soft.
Mm.
Everybody looked very soft.
Very squishable.
Yeah. So, is there anyone I could be talking to? Okay, so maybe... No, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just keep on doing, Ichabod. I'll just keep on doing,
Quest here?
do more of these necromancer quests.
Yeah, sure.
They're pretty nice.
And are we just doing this until we can, like...
So there's like people that contact you for the main story. They like send you letters and things like that.
Right.
I'm just kind of, I guess, waiting until one of those people contacts me. Oh, wait, friends. Oops. Go quest log and then yeah. Crypts of Green. But yeah.
Who breathed in my direction?
Oh. Jesus Christ. One slap did that? Fuck me.
Undead, man. They're little bitch boys.
Alright. Take this weeb's katana and climb over this hedge.
Climbing mode just to get over a hedge. My goodness.
Think you're bad, Mutie?
Hey, Marshalt. Welcome to chat.
Welcome, welcome. We were just talking about how gay Londoners are.
He said, here's a question. At what point does a dagger become a sword?
You want like a real answer to that? I would say when the purpose of it changes. So a dagger's purpose is to be drawn as a secondary to obviously stab someone. Whereas like a knife yeah, like essentially yeah, like I would say pretty exclusively stab is kind of what a dagger is like really for.
Mm-hmm.
Slashing isn't like a super. That's not really a. I just swam up to you and stabbed you in the cock. What are you gonna do about that? Yeah, go necromance this bitch. So, and like a dagger plays like a pretty important role. Like if you ever watch like night duels, like people simulating night duels, the daggers come out a lot. Because part of what can happen is you get into the bind, which is when you're it's very complicated, but I guess the goal of this explanation isn't to impress upon you the complexity of it. So I'll just say there's a lot of art that goes into the bind. It's like a whole different like kind of fighting style, sort of like wrestling but with swords. Now, once you're in the bind, one of the options you have is to kind of jam yourself closer to them so they can't operate their weapon super well, and then pull out your dagger and stab them to kill them. This means that dagger's purpose is to be drawn with one hand, operated with one hand. It can't be too long. It has to be long enough to be effective, and it can't be too long that you can't draw it as quick, etc. So a dagger gains no advantage for being longer. So there's not like a race for the biggest dagger. Okay, a stocky knight in the livery of sentinel stops before you and salutes. Ichabod, a letter for you. Personal message from Queen Acharethi herself.
Woo!
Okay, so Queen Acharethi. That was the where we just stabbed a bunch of fucking guys in her thing. Let's see. Dear Ichabod, I regret to inform you that your noble service sentinel has been undone. Lord Avar still has a few friends, it seems. He has escaped from the dungeon only a few days before he was to be hanged. I would be most grateful, excuse me, for your assistance in putting this matter to rest once and for all. Please come see me within 30 days. Your friend, Queen Acharethi of Sentinel. Okay. So no one told her that I stabbed a bunch of people in her lobby. Good.
Yeah, we're off to a good start.
Fighters Guild is far east. Actually, let's go sleepy sleep. So we don't. Oh no, but I'm gonna break the door open.
Still not high enough to be able to get in there at night. Huh?
So I would say largely a dagger is defined by its purpose, and you can have a very long dagger at like 12 inches or something, like the length of your forearm, more or less. Yeah, I would also say that a short sword could be the same length, kind of. But I think, short sword is being used for, I guess, a similar purpose, but not quite the same. And then also, daggers have like kind of a different construction. Daggers in a lot of games are just tiny swords. But they're not usually like that. So ironically, this short sword looks a bit more like a dagger. So this dagger has a huge crossguard. The purpose of a crossguard is to catch another blade that's skating down your blade to keep them from just slicing your fingers. With a dagger, you're not really trying to meet someone else's blade. If you're fighting someone who has a dagger and you have a dagger, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna use your open hand to try and like wrestle with them, to kind of yank them in a position that you can just stab them.
Right.
Or shove them, or you're wrestling with one hand and then trying to stab them. So there's also a lot of extra stuff on this dagger. Like the handle is really long. You also wouldn't want that because a dagger is kind of a weapon that you want it to be just long enough that you can get your hand on it. You don't want anyone to be able to put their hand on it. You also definitely don't want someone to be able to grab your crossguard and stuff like that. Crossguard is super important on a sword, not on a dagger, exactly. There's a lot of daggers that actually don't have a crossguard. Most common type of dagger that was used was called a rondelle, or a roundel. You know, not super creative, but yeah. I'm also noticing like the crossguard doesn't, or the grip doesn't seem straight. Doesn't it seem like it's bent? Generally I like the weapons in this game. They feel very like, yeah, but
Yeah,
but yeah.
very epic.
So I would say like maybe the length doesn't exactly like determine what is a dagger versus a short sword, but for my own tastes, I think if the dagger is more than like a foot long or something, like if the dagger's longer than your forearm, it starts to get sort of swordy, you know? It starts to feel like a sword. I also kind of don't see any application for a short sword, like, ever. TBH. Like, I don't really, like... I know the Romans, like, did good with it, but, like... Okay. Was the door not locked? Yeah, okay.
Imagine just slicing a door apart and it wasn't even locked.
Good job, hero. Okay. Let's... Okay, for a second I was like, oh no, did I get in trouble? The guard gonna arrest me for attacking the door? I think at this point I should probably do some repairs. Soup. Nope.
Why, hello, guard.
Okay. Okay, so then I have to wait a day, which is fine. I think I just have to figure out how to put my pants back on. Oh, I'm wearing a Khajiit suit. That's the
Suit,
yeah. You see that the Khajiit suit extends over by the
Yeah.
goes out past the pants or the boots are.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Brutal.
Happens.
I gotta be eligible for a promotion, right?
Well, I would sure hope so.
I'll just keep on doing this.
Sure. It is kind of on brand.
Yeah, because he kills undead in the thing.
Yes.
Ooh, I'll use... Wait, let's see.
Running on Indiegogo right now.
What's my best dagger? Elven Shorts is 2 to 9, but the silver Wakasashi is 1 to 10. So in the comic... You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh, that's for breaking down the door? Maybe?
Do I surrender to the guards? Okay, let's surrender to the guards. You were found guilty, not
yeah,
guilty.
It was breaking.
A lie? You've been found guilty. Is that all that happens? I just have to pay some money and then I go to jail?
Oh, we also lost a few days, right? So.
Oh, okay, so I'm not gonna do that. What we'll do instead because we're going to cast a special spell.
Woo! I love special spells.
And you guys get to hear my hacker typing. Yes, I put the cyberpunk thing on for the Opera GX browser. The gamer browser. I thought it was so entertaining, and I didn't really use this browser, but I use it for my Adam Meisner YouTube account. Crime? Clear crime committed. Okay. Okay. There we go. Give me a quest. Bitch. Oh, you know what? I should probably go see Queen Cockandocks. I'll do one more necromancer knifing. Try to do this without getting destroyed too much. Yeah, a lot of times when you see a dagger that has an edge on it, for cutting, people will, when talking about the dagger, will say it doubled as a knife.
You're right.
As far as I know, there's not really any martial techniques for slashing with the dagger. I'm gonna be right back. Talk about your comic.
Right. Fun stuff, right? So, we're at 69 backers on the campaign so far. Nice. Roughly halfway to the initial goal. So we'll need to keep on pushing to make sure that we actually get to the goal. But we still have some 36 days to get there. Suggestions are welcome as far as spreading the word. There's not too many comic streams these days, it seems. Everyone has kind of drifted away from doing them, or just busy, I guess. I think maybe it's just a busy time of year, or busy year in general. There's a lot going on this year. Tim Marshall says no one wants to change the number of backers.
Is it 69?
What if we got it up to 420?
Oh, dude, there was... Oh, my God. I was on Rumble, because I was like, squishy banana streams on here. Maybe I should go, because there's people going to be starting off a bunch of small streams. So I was like, I should, look around and, maybe pop in on, a small stream and keep somebody company, Oh my God. What? Is blood.
Yeah, it's all evil.
I only
just
have
the cover of Reaper Book 1.
I only have the power
of
Christ and anime on my side. But on the subject of not wanting to change the thing by adding to a thing, I stopped in on someone's stream and I was like, I don't know if maybe, I was like, they might just be wanna suck dicks and die, it's you wanna chop your pee-pee off or something,
It's okay.
Well. You wanna just be fat and die and don't work out, you're evil if you work out.
The world is over anyway.
Everyone's out for themselves, I don't know, just I was like, is this gonna be a pain in the ass, right? And I open up the stream and then it says latest follower and then in gigantic letters it's their the person's username, right? And their latest follower's username is libtarded faggot. and I was like rolling on the floor laughing. I was like, oh, okay. I guess they're probably cool. They're probably not too bothered by that stuff if that's their latest follower.
You're right, right. Must be pretty chill if you're able to just keep that on the stream the whole time and not have a meltdown.
So, I guess the red was the sun rising, but evil. Anywho's. Speaking of daggers, a lot of the dagger stuff that I've learned. Now, I say that begging your pardon that I don't sound like a Maul Katana virgin who's like, I have trained with the blade. But I have trained with the blade. Because, you know, I want to write fantasy and stuff, and so I wanted to make sure that I could authentically describe the motions and understand what's effective with a sword. And oh god, how did you get on here? Stop.
Oh my god, he activated climbing mode.
Oh my.
But how?
Jesus Christ, the damage.
I know, it's awful.
Repel mode?
Okay.
That's a mode?
I guess so. For getting off.
Can you not get down? Oh.
Ah! But, yeah, at one point me and Adam were taking, like, sword fighting lessons.
Yes. Fuck. So I gotta save.
Oh, I thought you saved before.
I save each time I get one of these quests, I believe.
Okay. So long as you know which one is which.
I save before I accept each one, but...
Right. Alright.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just make sure I enter... Make sure I don't need to do that still. So most of what we've learned was German sword techniques and stuff. Because there's like the statistics are like there's like 3 surviving sword manuals from England, and there's like 12 from Italy, like 1 from France, and like 1 from Portugal, and then it's like from Germany there's like 67 or something, because the Germans are anal and write everything down. So anytime you're talking about longsword techniques, you're almost always talking about either German or Italian, basically. But, you know. Funnily enough, the only great sword manual that exists, like, you know, like gigantic two-handed swords, the only one that exists is the Portuguese one. There's like passing mentions in other manuals, but the only one that even pretends to tell you like how to actually use them are the Magica Tanto. Oi. It's so fucking ridiculous that there's Tantos in this medieval ass game. Yeah. They call it something. They call it something really dumb sounding. Like the Germans are like Zweihander, which sounds like very, very intimidating.
Yeah, right.
The Zwei. But then, like, I don't know, it's like... The Portuguese thing is like called like a ponto or something like that. It's like it sounds very silly.
Marshall says, I remember a Limby Mage video about some weapon that looked like a sword, but for certain reasons was classified as a knife so civilians could carry it in public back in the day.
Oh, yeah, so that's the Messer, right? But I don't know, that's like a... Meh. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much I believe that tale, right? So the messer is I own a messer. If you look at fucking shit. If you look at the video where we cut up the comic books, the sword I'm using, that's a messer. That's what
Yeah.
but in any case, oh my god. All right, let's save here. Seems like a great time. So the story behind the messer is that because it's constructed like you would construct a knife, therefore legally it counts as a knife. That's probably just like a urban legend or something.
It sounds like it.
Like if you, I don't know, if you got pulled over and then someone was like, "Is that a sword in your car, sir?"
It's like, no, it's a knife.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Nah. See, I glued I put the swords. It's a full tang that you put the grip all the way around. It's not constructed like that. It's on both sides of the tang instead." It's like, oh well, carry on, sir. No, they would be like, eat dick and die, sir. Pay with your soul. Battle Mage just died. They said all the this piece of shit. The message said all the undead fall to the ground after he died. You falling to the ground? No, you're not falling to the ground. You're so alive. You're more alive than I am. Oh.
Hey, Love to Draw. Welcome to chat. Marshall says, I just thought it was an interesting story and how it sort of parallels today's messed up gun restrictions.
Now that you say that with the gun laws, it sounds way more credible, right?
Like with people not actually having a real definition for what counts as like an assault weapon.
I thought it was an interesting story too. I thought it was so interesting it ended up in my short story collection, Leaves of the World Tree. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of embarrassed by it a little bit because I feel like in like I used it as like an offhand like a reference, not like a real. This is facts and stuff. Because I used it in such a way that like there was a like kind of monster hunting detective kind of guy, something like that, and it was like his arrest record was he had a like a sword, but it was a messer, and the state that he was in like counted it as a knife or something. And like the narrator is like, oh, that's clever. He knows like knife laws or something. And it's like in real life, I am almost 1,000,000% sure that they would just be like, that's gigantic. That's a sword. And they wouldn't be like, oh yeah, they glued on that thing on the sides that doesn't count now.
Yeah, that prevents its murderous ways. You're so pretty.
But
You're
yeah.
so fluffy.
But anyway, dagger stuff is what should I level up? More damage? It would be nice to kill things.
Yeah, sure, more damage.
I think 85 is like the threshold for 1 point of damage. I would bet that it's not going to be another point of damage until I don't know. Maybe I should get health.
You will get hit, of course, so...
I've been getting fucked up, so maybe health is important.
Yeah. All good points. Marshall asks, how do you kill the Speedo zombies?
How do you kill the speedos? You just pokey,
Just
pokey,
stab.
pokey, poke. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, because me and Trisha are like half Italian, I thought it would be a nice gift to get her a fight book from an Italian sword master. And in particular, I thought maybe it would be fun to, because we sparred with like Boffer's swords once upon a time. I thought it might be fun to get like rubber daggers and try out some of the dagger techniques, because Trisha's like writing rogues and stuff. And so I got her Fiore de Liberi's Flower of Battle, which is a manual that discusses lots of different weapons, including daggers. And in fact, I think his work on daggers makes the most, like, it's the most useful stuff. Like, in the little dagger sparring that I've done, his techniques really work really well.
It is a very good book. It's very informative.
Yeah, it shows the poses and stuff you're supposed to adopt, and so Trisha kind of uses it for, so I think...
It gives me a visual idea, which is very helpful.
Yeah, and I think for Reaper you consulted it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
So there is historical basis behind Trisha's stabby stabs. Alright, I don't have to move anywhere. Just... Okay. But one of the things he does, he tells you to do, is place the dagger along the inside of your forearm, and then use your arm to block, kind of. Especially if you have two daggers. If you step in and strike the other, assuming the other guy's got a dagger, you could like get it under under where their dagger is, like against their forearm, and kind of like parry them. So you have many innocent lives. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's see, can I pick up my dagger? My ebony dagger? Repairs. Yes, it is done. Perfect. Let's equip my extra edgy dagger, which is actually not that much better than like the silver wakizashi. It's 5 to 10 instead of 1 to 10. Okay, so Queen Dickendox wants me to come see her in Sentinel. Probably have a massive bounty in Sentinel because I stabbed so many people. But a red-faced courier startles you with a cry of "Letter for Ichabod. That must be you. Here, take this. Gotta go. Other deliveries to be made." Okay. Clothing and miscellaneous. Wow, I like how it's just literally like the letter underscore Queen of Sentinel. Yeah, okay. Good job, guys. Princess of Wayrest. Hey, yeah, princess wants to talk to me. My eyes and ears abroad say you are interested in the fate of a certain letter. Any emperor should not be so careless, nor should a queen. You really should come visit me in Castle Wayrest. I have most interesting tidbits that I'm sure you would enjoy hearing.
Ooh.
Morgaya, Princess of Wayrest. Okay, baby. Where am I going? Baby?
Baby? Baby
What's
John.
Baby John? Oh, in Castle Wayrest? Okay. She has a lot of faith in me to figure out. Can I type in Castle Wayrest and they tell me where it is? Castle Wayrest. No, they can't. Okay.
No good.
Wayrest.
You can scroll.
So hold on. Alright, let's go back. What looks like a main country? Okay, Dragon Town. Oh, Wayrest. Okay.
Ah, sweet. Okay.
So,
the castle.
what chat, which pixel looks like it would be the capital? By the way, they've actually labeled, like, the key for the towns is the whiter the town, the pixel looks, the bigger and richer the town, and the more brown and dark the pixel looks, the poorer and smaller it is. No comment.
Makes sense.
So
You're gonna be looking for the whitest dots.
Tamgate. Well, no, it would be one that's called Wayrest, right? Because they just name the capital the same thing as the country, because they're like
Yeah, can you just search
10
it
chromosomes
from here?
over their daily diet of. Okay, I don't.
Lynchburg.
I want to go to Knightsbrook. Oh god, that was expensive.
Alrighty. Looks like a nice town.
Climbing mode activate. Oh wait, can't sprint. Have to run. Climbing mode. Spider-Man.
Batman.
Oh yeah, Batman.
Yeah, okay, that too. I guess you climb walls, so Spider-Man is more fitting.
But you can also repel, which I guess Spider-Man does too. How do you activate repel mode? Oh, repel
Yeah,
mode.
okay.
Oh. I should meditate on what I've learned about climbing. Hey, you. Yes, you. Location. Regional. Can I just, where's the capital of the fucking world, you douche nozzle? Hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend, no way, thinking you. Okay, Penwood, oh, no, okay.
You can't do any, like, searching around here?
This thirsty princess sending me a letter doesn't
mark
tell.
it on your map.
Listen, lady, yeah, if you don't mark where I'm supposed to go on my map, I'm never getting there.
If you don't mark the X, you don't get the D.
Shouldn't you have said the sex?
Well, I'm thinking, like, on the map.
If you don't mark the X, you don't get the sex. Yeah.
I was thinking, like, alphabet, but yeah, that does rhyme.
If you don't mark the X, you don't get the D?
Yeah.
What does D stand for?
Dick.
Yeah, but...
Because D is another letter of the alphabet.
Oh. Don't worry. Reaper's written much better than that.
Shut up. I've heard much worse.
Not from me. I only deliver the finest of...
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you'll...
Why don't you go to the place by the water there?
This one?
Well, there's water in the, like...
Oh my god, that's it. That's why the brains of this operation.
Yeah.
Alright. Way rest.
Time to fuck some bitches.
If you don't mark the X, you don't...
Yeah.
No. Okay.
We'll know what it means.
If you don't mark the X...
You don't get
Map.
the sex.
Okay. I'm gonna bet this is the castle. Dun, dun, dun. I love the music.
Yeah.
Like, man, why did the Bretonia or the why'd the Breton game have to be this like ancient piece of shit? Now they're going to fucking Redguard land, and it's gonna be like we was like gangs and shit. It's gonna be a nightmare. They're gonna be cutting cocks off left and right. Don't mind me. Just
What a absolute chill town we have here.
I'm coming, princess.
I got work to do.
Let me be more immersive. That shirt. We had some debate over whether or not it should be the blue
I
shirt
think
or the
they
brown
voted
shirt.
blue, yeah.
Voted blue? Okay. Oh, hey, Gabe. Didn't see you there.
Yeah. Must have just popped in.
Wow, you ready to fucking cut me open, huh?
Hello, little boy.
More doors, more whores.
Oh, damn it. Hello, son.
Hey, you want to tell me where the, why would you know where Lord Kavar is? South of here. You mean, like, by south of here, he means, like... Like
south of the entire map.
yeah, like here. I'm pretty sure he's in this, like, the desert. It's like, oh, that's easy. You'll go just vaguely...
Just go south. Yeah. Just keep going south. You'll hit it eventually.
See, you're hostile. What fantastic models they got.
Yeah, really.
They look so cool. I don't know. Ooh, wow. I didn't expect to be wowed by a throne room.
Ooh.
But, you know, in, like, Skyrim, they make everything kind of modest and very longhousey, and in Oblivion, you know, there's only, like, one or two really grand throne rooms, and that's Kvatch, that's in ruins, and Skingrad.
That little model of the princess to the left.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's so tall.
Oh, no!
Step on me, make mommy. Oh no, that's the person. Ichabod, if a special access would be perfect for you. However, I would just be signing your death warrant if I were to give it to you now. When you are more skillful, return to me and I...
You little...
What a fucking bitch! What a bitch!
I came all the way over here, and you're not even gonna fuck me.
No, she's just some, like, random lady. And now she won't even talk to me. She will not even speak to me. Absolute slore. Hello, sir.
Gabe the Gen says, earlier I had to moderate for someone. They were doing the watch-along on tonight's Oscars. Was it the Your Movie Sucks guy?
Not gonna lie.
I don't know anyone else who does watch-alongs besides that guy.
Not gonna lie, guys. Ed Waster. Pretty sick name.
Ed Waster?
Ed Waster.
Yeah, you know what? It does kind of work, doesn't it?
I'm gonna screenshot that shit.
Ed Waster.
If the next thing I run, if the next like tabletop pen and paper thing I run is D&D, which it might be, and if the next D&D thing I run is Elder Scrolls, Ed Waster is going to show up. That's a great name. I'm a big fan. Why do you have a dark elf just sitting there with a... Why are there two dark elves? What are you...
Yeah, they're just hanging out.
Oh, wow, that's Queen Baranzaya, as in, like, the Baranzaya, like, the book. Who are you? King Idwir? And you're Queen Baranzaya? You didn't take his last name? Okay.
Ooh, nice marriage you guys got.
Are you... You're the prince... Oh, it's a dark elf, guys.
Oh, no.
You know...
You got catfished.
I heard the nightly music and I thought it was going to be like a QT 3.14 princess with like the cone on her head and shit.
Yeah, that's what
I was imagining unicorns and I got a haughty bitch with a cat instead. You're trying to I guess I should do a more dark elf voice. You're trying to track down... That's just gonna cheat all of a sudden. You're trying to track down the letter of the Emperor, yes. There are very few scandals in the Bay of which I am totally ignorant. I could give you some information, but nothing is without a price. That I know... What? Nothing is without a price that I know well.
That I know well, it should be.
Yeah, it should be period.
Yeah, period,
that comma,
I know well.
Or at least, like, italics or something. I need a champion who doesn't fear the fire of oblivion. Are you interested? What the fuck do you want me to do for a... What is he banging? Okay, so he's banging whoever the fuck it is. What is that, secret information? Alright. Sure. By the Black Isle, that is a relief to me. Do not ask any questions. Get this letter to a certain high-level sorcerer at the Necromancer's Crypt. What the fuck? The Scourge Barrow in the Dragon Tail Mountains. Avoid the rift if you see it. You have gone too far. What rift? As in, like, a valley? Or a rift as in, like, a dimensional rift?
Yeah, are we actually going to see Oblivion here?
They will not be expecting you, and will not wait for any introductions. The necromancers feel that death is a reward for the living, not a punishment. Once you have delivered the letter, they would feel no need to guarantee your safety. It is their way. I need the letter delivered and a response from King of Worms in my hand 1 month. What?
Excuse me?
You're working with the King of Worms? This bitch is trouble. This bitch is trouble. She looks like trouble.
She owns a cat.
Gentlemen.
What else do you need to know?
Gentlemen, don't date girls like this. Okay?
She's an Ubel character. She's pretty though.
Yeah.
It's a shame you're not fucking her.
Oh wow. We've got an ass right there.
That is an ass, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wee. I must meditate on what I've learned about jumping. So, what country is this? Alright, Wayrest. Everyone remember, if I get any more propositions for princesses of Wayrest, throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Guy's got terrible traction. He's like barely moving when he walks. It's like he's walking on the beach. These houses are kind of nice.
Oh yeah, Gosters were cringe and unfunny. A few dumb preachy moments. I can imagine.
Jamie Rose, what if I am the girl like that? If you are blue, breathe.
If you are blue. Yeah, I think I'll have other problems.
I would not test if you are a dark elf. Do not set your hand on fire and see if it's half as bad. Batman. Whee! Oh. This is like this really does feel like a different country than Daggerfall. Like the houses just feel just different enough that it feels kind of.
Yeah, there's so many people outside.
I know, it really does feel like, look at the map of the city. This really feels like the scale of an actual medieval city.
Yeah.
It's a shame, like, the later Elder Scrolls games just can't do this. It's like always like 12 people live in the biggest city. Like the Imperial City feels the biggest of anything, but like honestly, the populace of the Imperial City of like any small town is like, you know, like 30 people, including the guards, and it's like, in this game, you can never see one side of the city from like inside the town, which is a design flaw in a way, but it also like it's a design flaw as far as like you trying to navigate the city, but it makes it feel massive. These fake mountains help a little bit. But if they had some terrain changes, like, I know hills would probably be a nightmare in this engine, but if they could have part of the city be uphill, it would make the city more navigable while being super big. You know what else feels like the right scale? Like the Dragon's Dogma city in like the first game. The city feels, all the architecture feels really accurate. Even if like as soon as you see a single person, it just feels like where did you come from? Like no one feels like they actually fit, especially not the pawns wandering around wearing like goofy ass armor and stuff. Everything looks real weird. What's in these like? Luck is beyond your skills. Okay. So she wants me to go to the Scourge Barrow and the Dragontail Mountain. Oh, I should go rest at a tavern. I like cats. Listen.
Can't relate.
Yeah.
Cats even like me, and I still don't like cats.
Yeah, I got saved on that one.
Dog person for life.
Even if you like cats, I still think if you've got a chick who likes cats, she's still trouble. Oops. You're probably better off dodging that shit. This. The Dragon Sword of Lanelin from Oblivion. It must be from here. About to be catastrophically disappointed by the origins of that sword. I don't know. This is. I mean, the name of the town was like super weird. Renopa Hasi. So I assume they're going for like a Middle Eastern thing here, but it's hard to tell if it's supposed to be Redguard Town unless like it's during the day and there are people walking around. Because there's the same NPCs in every city. Wow, I actually really like the use of stone in this town. They amazingly they managed to make the different like towns feel sort of unique to each other, even though this is the same layout as the last place. It just made it a stone this time.
Yeah, they're like putting together different different textures that would be randomly combined, or etc. etc.
The time is...
Our little dirndl style thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, beer wench. Only the best. I gotta say, I like RPG games so much more when there's romancing options.
Yeah, it because that's it's just it's part of the contrast. You have like brutal murder, like brutal slaying is so much more satisfying when it's balanced out by this is supposed to be like a Middle Eastern place. So we have like the sassy.
Oh my goodness, the booba.
They look like they made them to be like extra saggy.
Yeah.
Those are some mournful tits. But yeah, that's where the dragon sword comes from. I guess it's supposed to be. I think the person that owns the castle in Oblivion is supposed to be Redguard. Pretty sure. So Dragontail Mountains. Where's this stupid bitch want me to go? Jay. Why am I talking to the King of Worms over fucking Scourge Barrow? Alright, let's see. Scourge Spelldrawn.
Hey, Yara Honeydew, welcome to chat.
You want to travel to Scourge Barrow? I do. Alright. Let's quick save here. Hidden doors?
That's a good instinct to have. I like the way you think.
Oh, I should actually do that. Take off some of this weight. Oh wow, my wagon's filling up. I gotta go sell stuff.
There's also a possibility that it just generated outside.
Oh.
Ooh. Is this a Dark Souls game? Are we gonna jump in a coffin and then get teleported to the next area? Ooh,
That's what the first thing I did was try to open that. The interact button just sucks in this game. Alright,
Yeah,
climbing mode. Let's do it.
Yeah, okay. Get him. Nice.
I guess mummies don't have mummy wrappings? Of all the things to drop mummy wrappings.
Yeah, right. You'd
Hey,
think it'd be that.
A magic toga? Oh god.
Ah!
Did you cast a spell on me? What a nerd. Using magic and shit.
Nude.
Bunch of holy stuff.
It's not murder if they're already dead. Oh.
Yeah, that Necromancer got mad at me for killing his minions, but the lady was like, "Oh, they don't look at
reanimate them again."
Yeah, they don't look at death as like bad. They look at it as a gift. So it's like, well, if I'm killing a dead thing, is that
murder?
Is that bad? Is unmurdering illegal? I'm pretty sure this has got to be the way I'm supposed to go, right?
Yeah, right? Can you interact? It must be a very specific spot on these doors. Oh, okay. Climbing mode?
I think that's what happened. Oh, is it a trap? Like it's supposed to be...
That's supposed to be a trap?
Maybe it's supposed to be pushing me down somehow. Like there's some mechanism I didn't see. Okay, so it looks like it's some kind of like a slide something. So
It won't let you open the door again?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Shadow Dash.
Is that supposed to be like a trap that you just have to load after you get tricked by it?
Maybe. Is that the chair?
Was there a chair in the room that like slid over and pushed me or something?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
So I don't know. Is there supposed to be a way out, or is that just like you're dead or
I
something?
don't know. Maybe you could have like smacked the chair until it broke or something. Bless you.
Let's see. It's a kind of cool idea, but incredibly stupid. Unless there's no. Am I supposed to somehow fall through?
I don't think so.
Is that the fucking King of Worms over there? I am fascinated by this dungeon. I do want to try and do it like the actual way.
Sure.
So the King of Worms is the villain of the Mages Guild questline in. Well, no, I think I am supposed to be down there and then try to find a way out. I think. I don't see other options functioning. So let's assume that I couldn't no clip back out, right? Oh wait, hold on. So, but does this exit out into here, or?
I don't know how you would tell that.
No. So there's a ceiling here. So this is not supposed to exit out into here. That is the final room, though.
Connect to anything else, though.
Because I know that's the King of Worms. Because I remember like reading, after you play Oblivion, you're just like reading the wiki of all the other games that you can't play, and like. I remember seeing that sprite for the King of Worms and being like, wow, that was so cool. Whereas, like, he looks super bad in Oblivion. Like, it's really, really stupid. Because he's a high elf, and all the high elves has that, like, beehive cone hair thing going on.
Oh, yeah.
And the voice is, like, pretty lame, too. So it's like...
Yeah, it doesn't look like this room connects anywhere else, but...
Yeah, so I don't know. Theoretically, what would I do if I was... So, this is marked on the minimap as, like, being here, right? But the minimap is a mod. You're not supposed to be able to see that. Oh, so if I somehow climbed back out, which I don't really think you can do. I think you would genuinely need levitation to do this, because I don't think you can jump that high and then climb.
Yeah, it takes a while for climbing mode to activate.
So I would have to load, because I do not have levitation. I don't have any spells. I don't have a ring of levitation or anything. I felt like puking when I learned the plot of Poor Things. Don't tell me.
You don't tell me. I don't want to know. Oh, he took my spot. You little stinker.
Helm. Okay.
He likes the warm spot after you, get up. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, time to snuggle in that spot. That's the superior spot.
I don't know if I ever pulled chat on stream, but I know I asked in Gilded.
Mm-hmm.
Can...
I can always poll for you.
Oh, I'm not talking about like a literal poll. I'm just
Okay.
asking the question is, it was, can men and women be friends? And I think we got like mostly no, I think it was all even. It was like one person was definitely no, one person was definitely yes, and then I think most people were like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I think it can happen. I think that it's more rare than a boy and a girl just liking each other, or one liking the other
Hmm.
unrequitedly.
I would say yes, but I also think, because it was a question I was trying to dive into to try and see people's like mentalities, see other perspectives, because at some point I'm going to be writing like a party of adventurers, and there's going to be there's going to be boys and girls and stuff in there, and I'm trying to think like how do I construct those dynamics and those interactions in such a way that I can like sort of remove the not that this is really possible, but the shipping of. Are you a vampire? You are a vampire. You're a fucking. Get out of here. Get out of here. No, don't touch.
Oh no! No touchy! No touch! Oh my god, so much damage.
Magic holy water. Huh?
How are you able to hold that, Miss Vampire? What if it's a holy vampire?
Okay.
I did not want to read that, Marshall.
Yeah.
Gotta say. Fixter in Christ. Love to Draw says, one of my best friends is a girl. We're both short as shit and have very similar parents. To be honest, I used to think she was super annoying, but we became friends via text over the panini.
The panini? Over the panini. Is that a vagina thing? I feel like I've heard that used as a euphemism.
Yeah, Marshall's like, the sandwich?
I remember people bought a panini press and
the pandemic.
Gotcha. I was about to just use no clip and just look through the floor, but I should.
Hey, David Myers.
I should try and figure this out.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe it's just a dead end. Oh my god, I have to jump upstairs like fucking Banjo-Kazooie. Here's the thing, though, right? Figure out. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god, that's such a cool ghost. Oh, Wraith. That's what Wraiths look like? They look so different. They're spooky. This is a cool dungeon. Mostly just because I know that the King of Worms is inside. But yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right?
David says, literally first word I heard upon entering chat was vagina.
Speaking of which...
Girl says, I don't find her physically attractive in the slightest, and even if she were hot, I would not date her for so many reasons, but she's still a fun person to be around and chat with.
I believe... I have a thesis. My thesis is yes, men and women can be friends so long as they are repulsed by each other. And repulsed sounds kind of mean, but it is the opposite of attraction, right? So it's like, yeah, fair enough, right? Now, cause like, yeah, if you're not physically attracted to the person, it makes it much easier. I would imagine. I don't know that I've ever had a super close friend that I found physically attractive. So my only data points are female friends that I found very unattractive. But it's also like, even if you're not physically repulsed by them, you still hearing people talk about their like previous relationships and stuff, you just can't, like, it is repulsive. It is like in itself repulsive. It disqualifies. For men on the like the male side, you like want someone untarnished, right? So it's like I have a female friend who's like, the example I gave was like, she's like slept with all of her friends, and she was like explaining the shape and size of all of her guy friends' penises, and she was like explaining this one guy has like a dick like a fish hook or like a J, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, you can't fall in love with that girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wouldn't even want to be around her when she was talking about those types of things.
She's like explaining.
I would.
She's like
leave
explaining
the room without saying anything.
She's like explaining the logistics of it, right? And I'm like, you can try this, you can try that, right? We're like a bunch of guys standing around a car, like, talking about, oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's the,
Jesus.
Like you could be friends with that girl. You could be like, oh, maybe you could try, playing some like geometrical puzzles with your pal, with your bro, with our sis, but can't fall in love with that girl, right? So, but I feel like you could be best friends with a guy, and I guess in a sense, if you're not gay, you are somewhat repulsed, but like, you don't have to be like I don't know what you call it, like repulsed in like the, ooh, next to me, is that just like a tiny closet? No, it's not, it's a hallway. Okay,
Nice.
I think it's probably easier for guys to be friends with other guys. I think it's,
Yeah.
I would say like that's probably a,
You know what another big problem with girls trying to be friends with other girls is that people don't talk about enough?
what's that?
Like, nobody has the heart to tell a girl when she's being cringy. So the cringe just will get more and more so over time.
I've noticed that girls have no, they very rarely have someone who will just tell them to their face like anything critical. Like I've noticed, I think to some extent guys face too much bullying from their friends and can sometimes become disingenuous people, where they're afraid of caring about anything for fear that they'll be kind of like mocked for it, or like, or trying too hard at anything. But I notice that girls like they face like no sort of criticism of that kind, and then girls will kind of live their whole life doing like stuff that's, oh, I made it down to the, oh, okay, all right.
Ooh, fun part of the dungeon, huh?
Marco, dude, we're in the necromancer sex club.
Hell yeah. Is this the bouncer?
Can I talk to you? Oh, I can.
Well met, stranger.
Yeah, tell me about the Mages Guild. Wow, that's a name, that mouthful. Dude. Oh, let's talk to this guy.
Run away. Oh, so sad.
I don't have time for your type. Oh,
sorry, I'm not sexy enough.
not a aficionado of the cock, I see. We've got necromancer babes. Guys!
Ah, dude.
Necromancer babes. Is Daggerfall not the best?
If my heart could beat, it would be pounding very hard right now.
I had lots of female friends. The one that stuck around the longest, well, let's just say her vagina needed glasses.
What?
What the fuck does that mean?
I guess, like, she had sex with ugly people?
Oh, okay.
Is that what that means?
I don't know. Like, it got poked in the eye and was blind or something and needed glasses.
There's no eye on the vagina.
Her vagina spent too long, like, reading in a dark room. um,
Her vagina can't drive.
I like how Marshall's response to the the fishhook thing is
Vagina. Oh man, we are literally 4 years old.
oh yeah, right. There's that's yeah. Or Honeydew's point. No, sexual tension grows even in the back of your mind. Like, under consideration. That's the thing, right? So if there's any amount of attraction, I think it's like, it could potentially is like.
And if it's one-sided, it just drives you crazy.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend who's like, oh, this guy, like, this one of her friends exploded because she's, like, sleeping with all these people but not sleeping with him. And it's like, man, you can't be friends with that guy. Like, I don't know what, like, delusion. It's like, nah, it's fine. He's cool. It's like, no, definitely not.
Yeah. Go on.
Also, Love to Draw is like, I would date her sister in an instant.
Yikers.
Get her. Get the inside scoop.
Hey, only if it's not gonna, like, lead to some horrible murder-suicide.
Why does murder-suicide happen? What?
You know, if it turns out that she actually likes him this whole time.
Oh.
And he goes after her sister.
Nah, it's fine. Go for it. Oh wow, her foot gets left behind in the animation.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Shiranyu is the chick with like that's like naked on the sides, right? She's like got the red thing on. In like one of those fighting things.
Yeah, she seemed to like ugly guys. I think her process was ugly equals faithful, but in fact it does not. No, it doesn't.
Vagina?
That was referring
to... she seemed to the ugly...
The glasses.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
That very confusing comment that we read.
Gotcha.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, damn them hips indeed. I'm so entertained by this. These like animations and stuff in Daggerfall. It's so... I don't know. I'm so fascinated by it. There's I was pouring through the game files and I know there are topless versions of these ladies, and I thought it was so funny that there's like these sexy necromancer sluts wandering around, and this, no fucking joke, is Manamarco, the King of Worms. Like, this is actually him just standing here, hanging out. Can you fucking believe it? Like, and he looks so intimidating in this iteration of him.
Yeah.
Compared to, like, you know, just like this random high elf in
That's cool.
Daggerfall. He's quite tall, right? So maybe he is a high elf canonically, But it looks like he has facial hair just from like the pixels. You can kind of see
I
it.
don't know. Everyone seems tall when you go right up to them in this game.
Yeah, well, no. The camera is in your chest usually in games. Oh, we got a babe. Right. Mayoshka.
Oh.
Hey, Mayoshka, let's talk about an alchemist because I want to drink. Hold on. Oh, it got a anvil because hammer you or pound. Hold on.
Yeah, Cave the Gen says modern Bethesda should take notes.
Hey, tell me about the library because I want to book at you.
I want to check you out.
Ah, yes, the bank, because I want to check you out. Baby.
I want to take out a loan.
Hey, hold on, Dibella.
Stupid.
Tell me about the temples of Dibella. Oh, yeah, Demonidax? You want to Demonidax you out, baby? Alright. Anyway, I guess that's, as soon as I give them the thing, they're going to turn hostile. I also love this guy. This guy's so fucking cool.
Yeah. Simple, but effective.
Yeah, man, they should have cool stuff. Why don't they have cool stuff?
I love how he has a foot that's attached to nothing. It just increases the coolness.
I know, he's just extra evil. They... Fuck 3D, okay? 3D games is... We saw this huge drop in quality when we did... Okay, 3D games and MMOs, fuck them. We don't need them. All this, like, 3D trash, it sucks. Everybody in Oblivion and Morrowind, they look like shit. It took, like, years before they got to, like, Skyrim and people looked, like, passable. Right? Fuck 3D. Let's go back to sick art like this. Because, like, if it's 3D, you need to have one template that they use over and over and over again, right? But then with this guy, know what I mean? You got, like... You got such an interesting guy, and he could have different body proportions.
You and me, babe, who will make our game.
Than, like, this guy, you know? You have so much more variety with like 2D stuff. I would love to. I know everybody wants to make a video game, right? Everyone like dreams making a video game. I'm much more happy like making books, TBH. But one of my earliest writing influences was an isometric RPG. I played it on stream, or I played the remake on stream like once or twice. No one gave a shit. But it was Gene Forge. Big fan of that game. It's so. It got worse as the series went on, right? But every time you enter a room, it has this splash text where it describes the room to you, and it was so good. It wasn't like super. It wasn't writing that tried really really hard to be super good. Did this guy walk through the wall? Oh no, okay, I just can't see because it's the slope.
He's just that sneaky.
Yeah, it wasn't. The writing wasn't like super. It was very effective, and it wasn't like super try hard where like some people will be like using too much flowery stuff and it maybe too much like you sometimes you should, but I feel like not every room needs that sort of there's like I feel like the sort of perfect prose lies between balancing like Robert E. Howard's like real like simple gritty like very Hemingway-esque, like as few words as possible, with the longer, drawn out, like flowery Tolkien. Like if you balance that sort of tempo, and then also on top of that balance maybe not like maybe not for everyone, but what I would like to do is refine a balance between that like Robert E. Howard kind of short terse descriptions and then the longer Tolkien-y flowery descriptions, and to kind of sort of balance the reader's attention between these two, you know, because there's like this, it's hard to explain, but there's like a tempo to writing, like there's a tempo to like sentence length and stuff, and like people jerk off about how smart Shakespeare is because he like counted the words in all of his sentences, and he has this certain rhythm that he has to every one of his like plays that he like is addicted to, and like you naturally do that with writing. You not like to the actual number, but you'll sometimes see a sentence that you'll read a sentence as you're going over your thing, and it'll feel wrong, and it's because it's not quite the balance that you kind of are getting accustomed to, and sometimes you just eat shit and it's fine. But you know, there's a kind of tempo to people's like attention, and then people get used to the tempo of your writing and stuff. And if that tempo could be sort of balanced between the terser and the more flowery and like whatever. Anyway, I feel like a lot of I feel like it was like a pretty decent balance in that game, and like going back to playing it like years later, it's I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting like very distracted, but you go into a room and then there's this big splash screen of like where they tell you what's in the room and they describe the room, and it always just made the room seem so I don't know, it was like you're playing a book, you know, because the game can't really show you all the things that he's doing, but the guy didn't really shy away from doing interesting things with each room. So it was, I don't know. It's probably my earliest, like, I know I read The Hobbit before this, but it was probably one of my earliest fantasy inspirations was, oh, can I talk to these ladies? I don't have time for your type.
God damn, rejected.
Hold on, let me see if I can get a, let me get a screenshot. It's really funny. So like the dancing necromancer ladies are like,
I don't have time for you.
oh, hey, she does. Tell me about the Temple of Dibella. You know, the sex one. Oh, sorry, I should be polite. Sex temple? Anyway.
You sex me.
Let's talk to literal Manamarco, the King of Worms. Very good. If you are not rewarded with death by the loyal servants of the Barrow, give this note to Princess Morgia. Please, sorry, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, right. I don't know how to fight any, Hang on, can I stab to death the King of Worms? Like, right there? Oh, I thought I quick saved, like, right in front of him. I wonder what'll happen.
Oh my god.
Oh, it must be the mod. 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 There's because you can't kill NPCs normally.
Oh my god. Adam, how could you?
Okay. So I think normally you can't kill NPCs, but
Oh, hey, you just rewarded him with death, so...
yeah, I don't know why they're mad.
Yeah, what are you mad about? What? It's a compliment.
Oh, God. Nightblade. You're a class in Oblivion, you fucking nerd. Alright. I was kind of shocked to see there was like a Nightblade model that kind of reminded me of the one in the class selection in Oblivion. Secret wall. Got a secret door. Secret door here. The textures look a little fucked up, but I think it's just because they're bad.
Yeah, I think it's just that everything is pixelated and fucked up.
Yeah.
You just go right back to sleep.
That was cool. Got to see Manamarco, the King of Worms. Oh yeah, Gerg. Hanging out over there. He's a cutie. Too bad we don't have the camera, you could see a cute doggo. Does anyone know how the fuck I get out of here? Like, instantly lost. Oh. Is this out? Okay, so then there was a forking path there. Yeah. Yeah, I killed a bunch of bats. Butty butts. So okay, so I came from this way, So I would be exploring something new if I went over in that other cave. So fine, I'll go back the way I came. Probably need my dagger out, actually. Okay, so then, and then this room I entered from above, if I remember correctly. Or is it a different room that I entered from above? Oy, 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 oy. I guess it was a different room? Yeah, I came down this ramp here. I had such a good friend dynamic in this book that I shelved for now. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Okay. But I had it kind of figured out in that book. Alright, so... I'm supposed to be able to climb over the lip, right? It's not like I'm lacking a skill to climb over it, right? I low-key miss the Flowery Puff and fantasy shows. Now they always speak like LAers. Yeah. Sometimes the flowery language gets a little, like, cringe. But there's a balance to it, I think. Lore-wise, he'd just get right back up, I think. Not right up. He resurrects. But he's a lich that doesn't need a phylactery. He just resurrects. And there's no way to stop it. Well, to be fair, this art was traced over a scanned photograph. They hired some poor models to wear the stuff. Sometimes you can poor models. This stuff's cool. Poor models. It's cool. Also, they get to show off their hips to everybody. All right, so I'm gonna just no clip out of here because I don't know if there's some kind of button I'm supposed to press to vault or something, but this is stupid. So. Also, I think they just expect you to have a levitate spell because there's so much stuff that just doesn't work unless you can cast levitate. And I didn't notice that until I couldn't use spells, but it's not super... Okay, so way rest, and the capital was by the beach. Climbing skill has improved. As a drummer. I thought you said as a Dunmer. Goddamn fuck. Ichabod. As a drummer, I noticed the phrasing in Shadow Castle by Marion Cockrell had a distinct rhythms in so many of the lines, usually a triplet followed by 3 quarter dots. Weird to try to describe. Yeah. Yeah. Some people have like a real thing that they like stick to and they're super anal about. And sometimes I notice that they have that rhythm and then I notice a really shitty line and then I notice that it still follows the rhythm and I'm like, should have given it up.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Married to the weird like convention that because Shakespeare did it, and then it like turns out like a really shitty line, or you read like tons of shitty lines, and you're like, all right.
Yeah, all right, well this is all shitty. Thank you.
And you're like, look at you're like, okay, it would have been better if you used these words, and then I look at and then I like kind of meter it out, and I'm like, yeah, but it would be the wrong tempo, so you didn't do it because Shakespeare didn't do it.
Or Honeydew says, low-key miss the Flowery Puff and fantasy shows. Nowadays, they just speak like LAers.
There's like a certain insecurity people have when something like too medieval, and then they,
Yeah, I get it to some extent. You don't want it to be like completely incomprehensible, but, I do hate the casual talk when it's like too casual to the point where it's just weird and modern.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't break your immersion.
It is done. I'll be queen of first hold. What?
What? What did you do?
She's trying to marry Mannimarco, the king of worms.
Okay. I'm sure they'll be very happy together.
The letter you seek is in the hands of Gortwog, the warlord of the orcs. He bought it from the Thieves' Guild of Daggerfall after one of their numbers stole it from Queen Abuk-ai. I confess I don't know why the Emperor sent it to Abuk-ai. The girl is innocent to a fault, and everyone knows that Gothiard is not the loyal Emperor Toady that Lysandus was.
Good night, Gabe. We'll see you next time.
The half-shaved princess kicking butt tends to do that, yeah. Of course, my own family... Well, enough of this boring court gossip. If you really want to find the letter, you should get in good with Mysera, the former queen of Daggerfall, and queen mother to Guthiard. I wouldn't directly approach her. Start with someone of lower station. Give me a torque. Okay. I like how I can just talk to Queen Baronzaya. Okay. Oh. Whee!
And just a time check, it is 12:39 a.m. Or
Yeah.
30 whatever a.m.
Yeah, I think we could call it here. What a gorgeous little, like, flowery grove there.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
So anyway, Reaper Book 1. Yay! 50% of the way there. Let's try to get it to 100% within the next 36 days, folks. We gotta work together, make it happen.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, share it around and stuff. If it gets to, 6K, then I'm gonna do, I already designed them and, like, we did test sprints and stuff. The
keychains.
Keychains. Be a Reaper keychain and a Burning Star keychain.
The actual stretch goals that I have listed were the keychains being the first, stickers, because, like, somebody told me, oh man, stickers would be fantastic, and trading cards. Trading cards, because I know that a lot of people really like the idea of having, like, character profile trading cards for whatever purpose, and we could always like style them like knockoff Magic the Gathering cards or something if you wanted to shuffle them in your deck. Give you some good
I could make them proxies for something useful.
Yeah, we could always do that.
Could have like him stabbing somebody and then just make it like a Doomblade, or there's Murder is a card people use, I think. I'll look up whatever the removal card is that's like relevant. Yeah. I'm telling people about it, sharing as much as I can. Thank you, Love to Draw, and Jamie Rose. Much appreciated.
Yeah, every little bit helps.
We also have no idea. Realize what you actually look like. Yeah. Those pin-up Japanese cards. I remember the comics and games store I used to go to. They had to ban proxies in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because guys kept on coming in with like pornographic proxies
Oh
for the Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
That's
And
so fucking weird.
yeah, they would like talking to the guys who owned it. They always had like a fucking problem with the Yu-Gi-Oh players. It was so funny. Like Trisha was like, "Oh, I just like had this nostalgia for Yu-Gi-Oh. I want to watch the movie, and oh, I should get a Yu-Gi-Oh manga." And like she's
Well, I was just like flipping through.
yeah, she's like it's just like she's so innocent. It's like, oh, it comes with a free card. I wonder what it is. And I knew immediately. I was like, no, it's
go to the back of the book. It's ripped out.
Yeah, someone stole it.
The page is just ripped out. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, like
who would do something like that?
it's like a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Yeah.
And I showed the store owner. He's like, he goes like, I swear to God, Yu-Gi-Oh players, the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. He like had the face of I've encountered so many bad people who would do that.
He instantly, his face just
He just
changed.
knew exactly the types.
Immediately, his expression was so like grim and angry, like just like tired,
Fucking
like exhausted.
Yu-Gi-Oh players.
I think eventually they stopped doing tournaments, and I was like, "Oh, why'd you stop doing the tournaments?" Because I'm like, I know he's gonna. I know I'm like keying him up, like I'm acting like I don't know, but I just want to hear him like go off about it. Yeah,
Bottom of the barrel.
a lot of just like the location. It was like the nicest. It's like the nicest. Comic shop within driving distance of like a ghetto. So there was sometimes you would have like very ghetto people coming in to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and like yeah, like because of how the game is balanced, they ban a lot of stuff every set. So they make stuff very strong and then ban it very soon, and then they make new super meta strategies that require lots and lots of cards to make them work.
Yeah.
And so cards have like a very steep value gain and value
have a
drop,
very short like high value window,
which promotes stealing because kids can't afford it, and so it like. Yeah, so they lost a couple, like the company lost a couple like lawsuits because they're promoting gambling and stealing and stuff.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Even if you watch the anime, it's like clearly promoting that type of behavior.
I don't know about that because the anime, it's like, this is my grandfather's card. It's still perfectly good, and it's like, no, in real life I would be out of the meta. It would be trash. But like
well, he adds other cards into his deck.
Yeah, so, sometimes, but it's like, I don't know, he'll have a card for like a long time, and like in real life, it's like
they have a whole plot where like the tournament is gambling one another's cards.
Yeah,
the most rarest card.
I remember because that was on TV, kids would be like, "Are we anteing our
Battle
best
City.
card?" And I'm like, "I'm not giving you any of my cards if I lose. I don't care." So
Yeah, right.
no.
That was crazy.
But yeah, kids would like lose and then start like crying because they were worried that they were gonna have to give them their best card, and it's like,
jeez,
like, yeah, this is no, it's quite stoop. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah, no, Yu-Gi-Oh's kind of fun though. I like the little Yu-Gi-Oh game that I grabbed. I cheated in like the entire card list of like everything. It's very fun to like make some of these like wild decks.
Yu-Gi-Oh is fun when you're not making somebody else cry.
Yeah.
I think that's the general rule.
I just remember like watching the Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments end before the Magic tournaments would start, and it looks like a miserable game. Like,
yeah.
and like there's such a weird like it's so weird how some people like regard each other while they're playing. Like with Magic, you're kind of like you're playing with somebody, you're kind of like talking to them. With Yu-Gi-Oh, a lot of people are very like they're just doing something without any respect for the other person. So they're kind of I would see a lot of people sitting sideways, not facing their opponent, and just drawing, like they're doing a combo and they're drawing cards, not saying anything, just like putting stuff on the just in a big pile, and I'm like, that's so weird. It's so weird and like kind of rude. I don't know. It was very odd, but a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh decks are combo decks, and so I guess that kind of that mentality of you're just like kind of playing with yourself, and then if you win solitaire against yourself, you win against the other person. So
with that in mind, it's like more fun and gratifying when you're playing against an AI, I guess.
Yeah.
Like in a video game or something.
Yeah, I don't really playing Yu-Gi-Oh against other people I did not enjoy nearly as much as I did my favorite Game Boy game or whatever that was called.
Right, exactly.
Or I love the video games of Yu-Gi-Oh way more because it's much. It's just it feels like Trisha was when she was on her like kick of Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever. She was like, "Oh, we should play," and I was like, "Oh man."
Yeah,
like,
and then you like hit me with like the what was it?
Life
Drain deck.
I was like, "Oh wow!"
You like played 2 turns in one.
No, it was like I played fucking Rapid Fire Magician, who like the design of that did years and years and years later kind of inspire one of the little like mercenary companies that shows up in Slayer in the Wide Valley, which is kind of a fun fact, but he you can play him without sacrificing because he's 4 stars, and anytime you cast a spell card you deal a little bit of direct damage, and so I played him and then I played like Dian Keto the Cure Master, and I was like, alright, I gain 1,000 life, whatever, you take 400 damage.
You had like a bunch of those gain life cards.
Yeah.
And you drew so many of them.
It's just like, well, I'll block it. And I was like, no, you can't because it's direct. And you're like, it just deals damage directly. And I was like, oh man, if she's not taking the first card well, she's not going to like that I have Pot of Greed in my hand. I Pot of Greed and then I like do all this shit. It's like...
You have like 40,000 life. I'm dead.
Yeah. It was. I was like, you want to play?
Totally balanced.
I was like, you want to play again? And then like, I think I like housed Trisha again. I'm just like, and then I was like, we could switch decks or something. And then Trisha's like, no, I don't want to play anymore. This game sucks.
Like, I'm looking at all of my cards that I have available, and I'm like, I don't think I have anything that could even combat this. I would have to buy new cards. Which I guess is part of the idea, but
I remember that anti shit when MTG first came out. It was so stupid. Oh yeah. So there's like there's a black card which goes, if you're playing for ante, increase the ante by 1. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
That truly is evil, yeah. As it's to be expected of the black cards.
I was explaining like Magic to like Trisha or something. I was like, oh yeah, because like the black card, like Trisha already knows, but I'm like explaining why a card is like a certain way in like the display case. I'm not like looking to buy. I'm just like casually talking about the game. And I was like, oh yeah, because like evil, because like the black cards are evil. And then the good cards are. And then the guy behind the counter was like, no, it's not evil. It's ambition. And I was like, what? And then the guy was like, yeah, it's ambition. And I was like, no. Black is the evil color. That's why there's vampires and zombies.
Yeah, like all this like evil stuff.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
And then the white cards are all angels.
And he was like, "Oh well, it's supposed to be ambition now. They changed it." And I was like, "No." I just replied, "No."
I do not accept that.
It's just not true. You can't have like. There's literally a card called murder. You can't.
How did that reverse get in there?
Yeah. Demonic Attorney. There's that's unglued, right? There's all the demons are black cards. No, it's for sure. It's evil. They're just it's just because you call it black instead of like darkness. The company's like, oh, I don't black.
Just play 10 Crusades and we will wipe out all of their ambition.
Yeah, there were someone was showing me like a red card, and sometimes red and black are sort of similar because they're both like sort of the evil colors.
Sure.
And I was like, oh man, that's such a black card. And someone was like, oh, you can't say that. And I was like,
What?
listen, motherfucker.
It's a color.
Black started as evil, and no, it's definitely fucking evil. Like even now, like
it's definitely supposed to be like the darkness or
no,
whatever.
it's very evil.
Like they might
the
have
symbol
some
is a skull.
edgy, they might have some edgy guys over here that might like fight for whatever side, but it is obviously supposed to be like the dark side.
I could see I could see like a red card, like a pyromancer burning people. That sounds a little evil. Like I could see it happening.
Sure.
But black is definitely the evil color. It's like I think they tried to walk it back at some point or something, but you know. Also, like WotC is super bad. Don't buy this game. Bad.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they've only gotten worse over time.
I played a bunch of like games with John on Tabletop Simulator, and that was super fun. Just like, just like pirating the cards.
Right.
Super fun, and like we were talking about like the cost of like ordering a whole deck of like custom cards. Not that much. It's like not expensive at all to just have like a company print them out on like real card stock and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm
How
like,
would you guys like our own card game? Just ripping off Magic the Gathering, but based?
I don't really have an interest in doing that, to be honest. But printing out proxies instead of paying the company or using their super bad art, like a company literally they printed a Lord of the Rings set and they made Gandalf black, they made Aragorn black, and like it's so it's to
was so strange.
It's to like so many levels disrespectful because first of all, the Aragorn card he doesn't like Aragorn uses a two-handed sword, right? He uses a sword and a bow. The guy has neither. He has a crossbow and a sword and shield. It is not the same character. This is just a black guy.
They've never seen Lord of the Rings. They have no idea what they're doing. They're just like,
I wonder.
I'll just draw myself.
I wonder if they went to artists and they were like, "Hey, can you draw a black Aragorn?" And they were like, "Oh no, definitely not. No, I can't do that." And then they were like, "Oh, okay, yeah, cool." And then they were like, they're running out of artists and they're like, "Hey, can you draw us like a black fantasy guy?" And they're like, "I guess it's a little weird, but yeah, okay, sure." And
then they don't tell them that it's supposed to be Aragorn.
Yeah, I would bet.
I would bet that is what it actually could have been.
I wouldn't take that smoke. Like you couldn't pay me enough money for that shit because like
especially when your name is going to be on it.
Because like Lord of the Rings is literally like a love letter to European culture. So by taking it and like making the characters black, you're just directly like degrading European culture. It's like if we took Mulan and then I was like, oh, you know, it'd be like great if Mulan was like Mexican, and then if Mulan's dad was white, and then her mom was an Asari from Mass Effect. The Chinese would be like, no, they have to be Chinese because it's a Chinese story. It's the same thing. Like, even if it's fictional or whatever, I don't buy the gay like, oh, it's fantasy. Look, maybe there are black elves. Like, no, there's not. I swear to you, they're not, because it's a motif. It's like it's supposed to be like the Western hunter-gatherers and Aryans and stuff.
It's also really weird that people interpret dark elves as being black elves.
Yeah.
When they're supposed to be like evil, pure black skin elves, like not actual literal black, not brown. Before
anyone had ever seen a African person, they were like, oh yeah, well, pure black skin, that seems like pure evil, right? Like if we're assuming, like, because like the standard of beauty is like the fairer you are, the prettier you are, which is maybe I'm biased with my pale GF over here, but big bonus points being pale. Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted it to be a fantasy race, a fantasy skin color, but people, for some reason, want to project something else onto it.
Aragorn would probably be red, white. Nay. Definitely nay. What are we talking about? He's like a forest ranger. He's like part elf. It's happening. I got Jamie Rose dropping her dissertation on the Magic the Gathering colors.
Sure.
Anyway.
Hey, commanding an army of the dead, is that black? Army of ghosts?
I would say most certain. Oh, because he's
Yeah.
I would say most certainly commanding an army of the dead is definitely a black
pretty
thing.
a black trait, yeah.
Yeah. Black is in the magic, not as in the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying turn him African because of that.
Well, he's African in the Watsy version of Lord of the Rings, which is insane. By the way, I'll land on a much more positive note. In reading reading the actual Lord of the Rings, which I'm getting caught up on. When they have that scene in the book where the river washes away the Nazguls, it like forms into horses and then crushes them, and they get washed downstream. In the movie, that's Aragorn's waifu that cast that spell. In the book, a dude meets them, not a girl. He's just some guy, right? And it's like they know him, and they're like, oh hey, like, Elfo the elf or whatever. They're like, it's like a guy they know or whatever, but it's like, just a dude. It's not the girl, right? And then when the river comes and crushes the Nazguls, it's like kind of a totally fucked up scene. Like it's like not like how he had the scene done. Not good. I don't like it. He has it just happen, and then Frodo wakes up, and then he's like, Gandalf is there, and he's like, what happened? And Gandalf explains the action, and I was like, this is bad, man. Get it all done in one. But Gandalf is like, well, it's like, Gandalf, why did the river come and crush the Nazguls? And then he's like, Gandalf is like, that's because Aragorn, that river obeys what Aragorn says. It's like, just that river? Yes. For plot's sake? Yes, just that one. He's like, okay, Gandalf.
It's his river.
And then he's like, but I did make the water turn into horses, so it would look cooler. And Frodo's like, well, why did you do that? And he's like, I thought it was a fine touch. And it's like, oh, that's cool, Gandalf. Kind of, I was like, I thought I was gonna die. So if you were nearby, maybe you could,
Hey.
No, I needed the river to look cool.
Yeah.
I had to style. So anyway, I thought that was very funny from the book. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yes, thanks for sticking to the end to hear our ranting about card games.
Yes, and if you want a cool comic with Stabby Guy.
With Stabby Guy?
Stabby Guy.
If you wanna edge boy.
Yeah.
Go check out Reaper Book 1 and help back the campaign to make it happen.
All right, gentlemen.
Good night.